So the last few months have been tough for us all, admittedly so. I haven't hidden what COVID-19 has done for me, my family, and the world at large. The last week or so has been a fever pitch of a whole nother sentiment. And it's something that it hasn't gone on for years, it's gone on for hundreds of years, since the inception, or before the inception of this country. There has been a racial divide, there has been racial issues. So those that say, well, Obama, or say even Trump, have set the racial divide. No, the racial divide came with slaves as human beings supposedly owned other human beings. So it's something that we've dealt with. It's our ugly, dirty secret in America since the beginning of America. However, the last week, you have seen all over the country protests abound. Yes, there has been some rioting, some looting, which is not protest. Okay, the protesters and the rioters and looters are two totally different things. They're different worlds. What's happening is in a lot of the cases we've actually seen, and police officers are doing their best. They're doing a good job for the most part. However, there have been some police officers during peaceful protests that have incited violence, and that's where you've seen rioting, and from the rioting you've seen looting. Also, a lot of people are not involved in the protests. Protests all day long are peaceful, and out of nowhere, later in the day, when it becomes nighttime, you see rioting and you see looting. So they're two separate things. The protests have been, for the most part, peaceful all over the country. Literally, in all 50 states, there are some kind of protest. And out of the hundreds, thousands of protests, hundreds of thousands of people protesting, there's only been lately a handful here and there that are looting. So that is impressive. It is amazing. It is awe-inspiring to see America come together for the greater good. And the greater good is not just protesting, it is having the conversation. And that's what I want to talk about today, is the conversation toward racial equality and safety for all. See, and when you like safety for all, yes, because the police are something that I've always been, nervous around, because I get speeding tickets, or whenever a cop comes around, it's like, oh, what do they want now? But I've never been scared. Me and my friends growing up, and it was the big joke growing up, because Piper High School, where I went, had like 400 countries represented. And my group of friends, there was tons of us, we all were like different nationalities. So it was like the United Nations. That was the big joke, because none of us were the same. African American, people, Haitian, Jamaican, all the Latin countries, Venezuela, Puerto Rico, Cuba, Mexico, Uruguay, Paraguay, Puerto Rico, all Colombia, all countries seem to be represented by the people I hung out with. So we didn't it's funny, we would joke about racism. If a store owner would look at us when we would walk and be me and four big black guys, we would laugh. We thought it was funny. It wasn't something we took seriously, because we never felt like we were being stopped. We never felt unsafe. If the police pulled us over, me driving or one of my friends driving, I was more nervous than them. They were never scared. We never, put the hands on the steering wheel, or put your hands out. It never even dawned on us. We were like, okay, we're gonna get a ticket. Okay, we're gonna get away. Let's be respectful, because we were all raised to be respectful. But I don't remember, and I've talked to them since, none of us ever felt scared of the police. We didn't like the police, because they put money out of our pocket and buy speeding tickets and stuff, but we were never scared of the police. Well, these days, it seems like a lot of people are scared, especially if you are of the darker persuasion, because minorities are treated very differently statistically than white people. It's just how it is. Especially male minorities are treated very differently than white people. It's just statistics. It's facts. And it's sad, and it's scary, and it's wrong. And what the issue is, we always find a distractor. No, we need to have a conversation, and we need to find a way to make change. And what saddens me is the way some of the big wigs around not only the world, but the sports world have handled it. The NFL with these generic statements. Coaches, some of the coaches have been great, but some of the coaches have, Nick Saban and Mike Gundy, coming out, taking a week to talk. And then when they talked, it was very generic statements, even though 65 to 70% of their team is African-American black athletes, where they make their money, and they don't even want them to make money, and now they can't stand up for them loud and proud. I'm sorry, it's ridiculous. And it's time around this country that not only we have the conversation, that we actually try and do things to affect change. So Louis' law for today is NFL, college coaches that don't want to stand up and defend your own athletes. It's pathetic. Wake up, stand up, and let's make a change for all and make this country safe for all. This is Louis' Law.